Hello Powerlifting Nation, and today we are going to be discussing two stories. We are going to be talking about the battle between Russ and Joe Borenstein, and then we are going to be talking about the future of the 105 kilogram class in Powerlifting America and Ashton Rouska and his competitors. So let's get into it. Joe Borenstein. Joe Borenstein last week just did some crazy lifts like he usually does. He just did a 280 kilogram squat for 3 reps, and he also did a 355 kilogram deadlift for 2 reps. He wanted 3, but he said that he messed up his second rep, so decided not to go for a third. However, this is very interesting because Joe Borenstein's best total is 965 kilograms, which he did late in 2024. And to do this total, he did a 295 kilogram squat, and he did a 360 kilogram deadlift. So these two gym lifts are exciting. This is because if he can do a 280 kilogram triple, this usually indicates that he can probably squat about 300 to 305 kg, which would add 5 to 10 kg onto this total. And then the fact that he can do a 355 kilogram deadlift for 2 reps shows that he could probably deadlift 370, maybe even more kilograms on the platform. And this is exciting because to do this 865 kilogram total, he deadlifted 360 kg. So this indicates that he could probably add 10 kg onto this total on the platform. So let's say we add 20 kg onto his total and he can do 885 kilograms, which he can definitely do. I mean, we saw about a month ago that he did a total of 900 kg in the gym. But I think that these rep PRs show us that he definitely has a top end of 885 to 900 kg, which is insane. However, this is unfortunate for Russel Orhii, but it may have a silver lining for him, which I will get into soon. This is because Powerlifting America usually only brings one person from each weight class to the World Championships, and both Joe Borenstein and Russel Orhii are in the 83 kilogram class. At Sheffield a couple of weeks ago, Russel Orhii totaled 870.5 kg. It would have been an 883 kilogram total. However, controversially, he was not given his third deadlift of 342.5 kilograms. And so he ended up with a 370.5 kilogram total. And so to go to Worlds, Joe Borenstein at the Powerlifting American Nationals, which is in about 2 months' time, he is going to have to total more than this and also beat all of the other 83s, which is going to be a challenge, definitely. But he is going to have to total more than 870.5 kg in order to go to Worlds instead of Russ. And I think that from these gym lifts, it looks like Joe Borenstein will be able to beat this total. Which would be a shame for Russ, because it would mean that he would most likely not be attending the World Championships, which would be a shame for a lifter of Russ's caliber. And that would most likely stop him from being able to compete at Sheffield 2026. Which is also a shame for powerlifting fans because he was really entertaining on the day. However, there are 3 important things to consider. The first thing is that there is a chance that Powerlifting America might decide to bring two 83s to the World Championships. I'm going to talk about this later on, but there is a chance that that could happen. So there is some hope for Russel Orhii. However, he has to hope that no one else is going to go over this 870.5 kg total. And it looks like people could definitely go over this total, but it would be very difficult. My money would be on Taylor Atwood if anyone is going to do it, as well as Joe Borenstein, of course. And then the second thing to consider is that there is a chance that Russel Orhii may decide to actually compete at the Powerlifting America Nationals and face Joe Borenstein and see if he can out-total Joe Borenstein, win the competition, and be selected to go to the Worlds. Now, initially, I assumed that he wouldn't do this. This is because at the post-Sheffield podcast, he implied that he would most likely not go to the Powerlifting America Nationals. However, on a random Instagram post, he kind of hinted that he may go to the Powerlifting America Nationals.
Yeah, every time we came that's like 1 10 weeks away, so I think I might pull up.
Oh, yeah. Which would be extremely exciting to see. However, it would be difficult for Russ to be able to put on more kilograms onto his total and turn around really well from Sheffield in such a short amount of time. But it's possible. He still has 2 months to do this. So that would be a really cool battle to see. And then factor 3 is kind of a silver lining of him not getting selected to go to the World Championships this year. And that silver lining is that he will be able to take his time and really make the most of transitioning into the 93 kilogram class. On the podcast after Sheffield, he did very much suggest that he is moving up to the 93 kilogram class after this year. And so him not being selected to go to Worlds in the 83s would help him with this transition, just because it means that he will have more time to be able to kind of bulk up to the 93s in a slow way, which allows him to be able to maintain his good leverages. But the question on everyone's mind is, will Russel Orhii be a competitive 93 that can be the best or one of the best 93s in the world? And I think 100% he can. If we look at Sheffield, he definitely looks like on a good day in the 83s he can total 885 kilograms. Let's say if we give him his final deadlift and then we add 5 kg onto his squat. And looking at Sheffield and Emil and Gustav's performances, you need at least 910 kg to be a competitive 93 at the World Championships. And I think that Russ moving up to the 93s will definitely give him that 30 kg increase onto his total. This is mainly because I think his squat and bench will explode even more. I think that he could definitely squat 360 kg, if not more, with that extra weight, which would be just crazy to see. I think that on his bench press, it might just explode, just because his bench press has been really going really well and he's been progressing a lot recently in the 83s. And so when he is able to move up a weight class, I have a feeling that his bench may progress greatly. And so I think that we could definitely see him be a very competitive 93, or maybe the best 93, which would be extremely exciting to see. And then the second topic I wanted to talk about was Ashton Rouska and what he plans to do this year. Well, Ashton Rouska at Sheffield 2 weeks ago didn't have the best performance. He sustained a pec injury and this really hindered his bench press. He bench pressed only 180 kg in the 105 class, and this is about 30 kg from his kind of top end bench. I think his pec also affected his deadlift. And so he ended up with an 890 kg total. And Ashton described this performance as one of the worst performances he's had in a very long time. But the impact of this performance may have some long-term implications. This is because Ashton is probably the best 105 we have ever seen. However, because Ashton only totaled 890 kg at Sheffield, he is in a similar position to Russ. This is because there are definitely some 105s in America who could beat this 890 kg total at the Powerlifting America Nationals and go to the World Championships instead of Ashton Rouska. Bear in mind, Ashton Rouska's best total is 940.5 kg. So if his total was all good, he would most likely definitely be going to the World Championships. But because of his pec, he is not. And if you look on his story he posted recently, Ashton said that on his story that there is probably a 10% chance that he is going to be able to go to the Powerlifting America Nationals in 2 months' time. And this is a good decision, most likely, just because he needs time for his pec to recover, and rushing into another competition to go to Worlds is probably not worth it and could cause the healing process to be prolonged. And so this leaves a door open for any 105 lifter to come in and be able to beat Ashton Rouska, which is exciting because there are a couple of 105s that definitely could put up a big performance at the Powerlifting Nationals and win the Battle of the 105s and go to the World Championships. However, if no one is able to put up a convincing and strong total at the Powerlifting America Nationals, Powerlifting America may just decide to not bring a 105 kg to Worlds. And this is something very interesting. This is because Powerlifting America may decide to bring another 83 to Worlds, and that could leave space for someone like Russel Orhii or Taylor Atwood to go to Worlds alongside Joe Borenstein, which would be really exciting because that would mean that we would be able to see two really strong battles in the 83s amongst Americans. We may also be able to see two 93s go to the World Championships, probably Gavin Aiden and Jonathan Kiker, which would be really exciting to see because that four-way battle between those two and Emil and Gustav would be very exciting. And there are also some other really competitive American 93s that could also take that second or first world place. So yeah, that is a storyline that is going to be interesting to see how it ends up. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you are new. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.